I
Yeah.
thought that Colonel Noble put that was really good. He put courtroom testimony. So he saw what I saw, which is they need a lot of training in courtroom demeanor. They were poor witnesses. They needed to be refreshed their recollection far too often, whether they were doing that deliberately to delay or to sort of be, it just became across as evasive. You should know the case. You should know the things. Yuri, battling back and forth with Alan over things he should have known from his report is not a good look, I think. He put case management, which I had a whole section in my report about case management. They had no proper case management system.
Wow.
And that's critical. It's critical for a cold case, Mike. When you talked about, I think, a little bit, is that if you don't have good case management, when the cold case comes in, you try to go back to the detectives. Hey, where did you keep this? I mean, we have a good example in this case. Michael Proctor kept a video in some folder on his computer, right? That no one else had access to, right? That shouldn't be happening. And then the other one I noted was reporting, proper reporting. So that I took that to mean you should have a chain of custody. You should have reported your events at or near the times that you did them. I mean, I'll give you one of my, Alan used some of my stuff, so I appreciate Alan. I appreciate that at least I was somewhat valuable. Is those list of dates of reports and when they were actually, or investigative time and date of report. And he's like, would it surprise you that 100 of or X number were 100 days late? These many numbers were 50 days. This one was 500. I would give you an example. Um, Trooper Paul did the CARS analysis on February 1st, the initial one. He didn't write his report. I wrote it down because it's just so unbelievable to me. Where did I put it down here? He wrote his report. So February 1st, couple days after January 29th in 2022. He didn't write it until May 22nd of 2023.
Unbelievable.
Two,
Unbelievable.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and he a year and a half, almost a year and a half later, it takes you to write that report. Well, they arrested her that same day. I guarantee it, based on the things he saw in that analysis. So, how you writing an affidavit for an arrest warrant? And then I thought the other one that was really telling, and I had it up. I think your audience would like this. Would be, it, and this one you'll be surprised to learn that Trooper Tolley approved this report. Is that Trooper Proctor finally recounted all the days that they recovered evidence from 34 Fairview, and I won't go through all the days, but it's a handful of days. He finally wrote that report of the days and who collected it on November 4th, 2023.
Yeah.
Michael
That-
Bryan
Almost
is
2 years later. Yeah, that's
big on this.
2/3, 2/8, 2/10, 2/11, 2/18.
Yeah, I wrote them down
dates, they
too.
found
Yeah.
stuff.
Which
And,
apparently you guys can cite it, but if we'd asked Yuri Buchanan to cite that, he wouldn't know. You know?
Yeah.
So somebody wants to know, and this is a good question, common sense investigator. Do we know if Higgins went back to 34 Fairview after Canton PD?
We don't, and you know why?
No cell phone
Didn't get
records.
his cell phone records. If you got his cell phone records, and we would have been able to determine most likely when he left, because he would have had Verizon RTT, when he arrived at Canton PD, which we have some surveillance video. We would have known who he was calling, who he was texting with. If we got his iCloud account, we would have seen his iMessages. I mean, he's one of those ones, man. I wish I would have loved to have dug my fingers into his records and put a map together for some people.
Yeah. Now I don't know. Lucia, I'm not sure about this question. I don't quite understand it. Little Michael.
I understand
Higgins.
it.
Okay, you understand.
Yeah.
A friend. Okay. A
So-
friend at FBI can't swipe his phone or ask him how is Michael aware? Can you ask? Okay, you understand.
Right.
So tell us what it is.
FBI
I understand the
kiosk,
question. So the FBI has what we refer to as RCFL, Regional Computer Forensic Laboratories, and they're pre-positioned throughout the country, and they actually have a really great service. They not only assist FBI agents and other local, state, and federal law enforcement, but they are the place that would do a Cellbrite extraction or a forensic extraction of the mobile device, right?
Using Cellbrite itself. Using Cellbrite.
Yeah, we use that
Yeah.
tool. We have,
Yeah.
I won't go through all of our tools because that's not necessarily something I should share with you, but Celebrate is one that's pretty obvious. But we have a kiosk, and you basically go to this kiosk and you can be assisted by a lab tech to download information. Well, Higgins used his privilege, right? Let's stay with my privilege term.
Okay.
He used his
Yeah.
privilege to go to a supervisory special agent at the RCFL to aid in his extraction of his mobile device for things that he wanted to provide the government or the
Okay. Good
Commonwealth.
question. Good
This
question,
is
Lester.
highly improper. It's a misuse of government property. Although I don't know for certain, I would imagine the FBI agent that did that was reprimanded and got maybe he got more than 3 days off of his leave, but I don't think he would have been fired for it. But definitely outside the scope of his employment. You have to have a legal reason to download somebody's phone at the FBI. You can't just go around downloading things for your buddies, even if
It's
they are
not.
law enforcement.
It's not.
And the reality is, isn't it suspicious that he had to go to a third party? Let's just say a third party is the FBI to download it. When uh, doesn't Massachusetts State Police have somebody that does that? In fact, I thought his Trooper G or something. Somebody in your chat will know his name, but he
Yeah.
did all the Celebrite extractions for them. The Trooper
Guarino.
Garino. Why
Yeah,
couldn't-
but everyone knew that he missed them. He's the one who missed the 32,000 text messages between Farwell and the Sandra Birchmore case and Sandra Birchmore. So
a lot
I
can
don't
be
think,
missed in Celebrite based on the nature of um, the operating system that you had of your Celebrite. They send updates all the time. You heard it in the testimony. Well, we fixed it after this trial, and now we updated the software. And so some of that, I did a case where they're like, Mike, we didn't get this location information in the download, and I was like, that was a couple years. I said it's been a couple years. They fixed those things. Go back and re-download the phone. The phone's still on evidence. They're like, yeah, go download it again. And guess what? It's there.
Interesting.
that's really interesting. Okay,
Classy
let me see a couple
Clippy.
others.
Did we do this one? No, you didn't do that one.
No, this is another one. You want to read it, Michael?
Yeah, could cell phone data such as the troopers be pulled into the Turtle Boy, Aiden Carney case?
I don't
You
see
know
why it
anything
couldn't be.
about that? Yes.
I guess
Yeah.
if somebody was looking for it, right?
Anybody using a cell phone that isn't connected solely to Wi-Fi is going to have cell site data. And signaling. Signaling data is very passive. It's a necessary component of the LTE and the 5G networks to maintain synchronization of the mobile device. So yeah.
I just want to tell you as we go through the 23 questions, I was taking a quick picture of 2B here. He is like so interested in this. I don't know if you all can see it. He is like flat on his back.
He's passed out.
Just passed out over here. I was thinking a servant to.
You got to get him some dog headphones.
Yeah, the dog having privacy. Meatball Morrissey Sketty Stain. Oh, well, Sketty Stain. Okay. What about on the inverted Sallyport video? They put white over the opposite taillight. All the videos are altered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't necessarily see that in the second trial as we saw it in the first. I thought because obviously the Commonwealth would have fixed the inversion, but it just goes to the sloppiness of it, right? I mean, I think that's just these investigators, Yuri, Proctor, Foley, they just didn't seem as much as I know this is going to be painful for them to hear if they watch your show, but I don't find them to be very sophisticated in their experience.
I think that's the nicest thing you could say.